Now, for those who want their Kiwisaver money to be invested in companies which are committed to sustainable activities, you have a new outlet for your cash now. ASB has launched a global sustainability investment fund with management links to Al Gore. To tell us more, I'm joined now by Greg McAllister of ASB Group Investments. Hi there, Greg.
Good morning, Michael.
So tell us a bit about this fund.
Well, Global Sustainability Fund is managed by Generation Investments. It's a growth fund, so it provides exposure to 100% global equities. And as you've noted, all those equities are focused enormously on businesses who have sustainability built into their business practices.
How's that going to be defined? I mean, who's going to determine which is a sustainable company and which isn't?
Yeah, Generation Investments have a very strong research base. In fact, they identify that their competitive advantage over more traditional responsible investment or ethical funds is that the sustainability research is fully integrated into the fundamental equity analysis. So in layperson's terms, they're looking long and hard at companies to ensure that they meet criteria around health, environment, corporate governance and so forth.
And what's the connection to Al Gore?
Well, Al Gore, of course, is a noteworthy name. Al Gore is co-founder with David Blood of Generation Investments. Al Gore, of course, has a strong name in the area of climate change, but the sustainability research that Generation Investments do across this fund is much deeper than simply climate. As I noted before, it also sits around corporate governance, social responsibility and so forth.
So the stocks that they would choose would be literally from all around the world, whether from the US, Europe, Asia, etc.?
Absolutely. As a growth fund with 100% exposure in global shares, the advantage that investors who are suited to this type of fund would have is that they are getting the opportunity to invest in shares no matter where they reside in the world, and again in companies who have met criteria around sustainable business practices. I think, as the founders have noted, that the advantage of these types of shares for investors is that companies who focus on sustainability factors are going to best serve investors in the long term.
Okay, thanks very much there.
Thank
Greg
you.
McAllister there from ASB Group Investments.